when I got the band through it was just the detail and the power it's got without having to push anything hard. It's just full of music, you know, very musical system.
The lunatic is on the grass. The lunatic is on the grass.
It's very smooth. It's very easy to use. It's very consistent from day to day. I feel like I'm listening to the same speaker system when I finish tuning it and start listening to music. It's consistent. I think it couples better. You don't get so much sort of low frequency build up. It's just, I find it very easy to get the same sound every day.
And very detailed in the mid-range, you know. There's not a lot of box noise with it. It's all nicely designed boxes. I've heard this band on only 2 other systems, which were fine, but, you know, I was given the chance of choosing a system, and the company that we use, Capital Sound, that I really like, I knew that they'd just been thinking about buying the system. So we got in touch and said, you know, I'd like to try it. And that's how that started, because they got rid of their old system that we'd been using for many years, you know. I mean, I've only been with this band for 3 years, but we were using a different system. But this is doing a much easier job for me when we're doing this size place, you know.
No more turning away from the weak and the weary. No more turning away from the coldness inside.
I find it very easy to get the same sound every day, and sometimes with other systems I've struggled to do that. It feels a little bit like you've got a different PA as you put it in a different room each day. But it's quite easy for me to hand Trevor basically the system he had yesterday, and that, you know, that's what my job is. So that's what I find the strength of the system.
I have 5 or 6 singers going at once, and you can pick them out, which is good. Very controlled in the upper mids. I never have to worry about feedback, ever. Very direct, you know, it's a good the dispersion's very good. No matter, as soon as you're in its zone, it's very even all the way around. When I make a slight adjustment, even in a room like this, that isn't the easiest room to mix in, you can hear the difference. You can make fine adjustments, and lots of fine adjustments is better than having to dive in and hack loads of EQ and stuff like that, because that does mess your source sound up. You know, it's just the detail in it. You know, it's very, very good. And it's got good throw, and it stays constant. All I know is, when the band are on stage, they can still feel the PA, and it's a good feeling on stage. The sound that comes around the box is a good sound. And there is a sound that comes around the box. You know, you can hear it's there, but it's good. Some systems that use the cancellation technology, they get it a bit too much. And if I've done it myself, I've stood with the guitar. If you play a note and you put the system on with all the cancellation stuff, it can kill the guitar, or it can kill your sound on stage because of the phasing and however they're doing it. It can, you know, if you're closer to the PA than normal, it can really interrupt the stage sound. Whereas this doesn't. You can feel it, and it's perfect.
I think this system's sort of got an inherent warmth that I like, and I maybe struggle to get that out of other brands, in terms of having the same sort of sonic fingerprint every day, if you like.
Don't you know education.
And it's very easy to rig. Some other systems that I've used, nothing's difficult, but this one's, the sort of process of flying it is very smooth and easy, and it's very quick as well.
It's light, so it's better for the trucks, you know, and you can hang quite a lot of stuff. It's good.
It's very light. So the whole 16 boxes we're using today is only about 650 kilos. As we move from venue to venue, sometimes we're in a theatre and they might have a weight limit. I can almost always use all 16 boxes if I need to. I mean, I think probably to put up the main and side hang, once we've got the motors floating, it's 15 minutes. You know, it's no time at all. Very quick. Yeah, Superfly is a good name from that point of view, I think. It's also designed in such a way that the Mantis 28 will just hang straight underneath it. So you can use that as a near fill, or sometimes if we just need a little more power on the side hang, we put 2 boxes of Superfly on top of that, just as a bit of punch to get it to throw far enough. The mechanics of it are really well thought out. And yeah, it's very quick to use and fly. And this gives me more time to make it sound right.
I never even ask what's in the box, because if a speaker's designed properly, it doesn't matter what's in it, whether it's a 10-inch or a 12-inch or a 15. If the box works, then it works. I don't care if it's an 8-inch or a 15, as long as it works. Because a well-tuned, a well-designed 10-inch box will outperform a bigger box that's badly designed with a bigger speaker in it.
One of the benefits of a 10-inch, because we were using a 12-inch system before, and that was something I was concerned about, is the 10 going to be punchy enough? It is punchy enough, and it has the benefit that the low end doesn't excite the room so much. So I can give Trevor a more consistent, low frequency experience every day, because it's far less influenced by the room than some of the other systems I've used with bigger drivers, where they're just pushing more air up into the space that we don't need it. So you can turn it up without the room changing or colouring the sound so much. And that's been a real benefit for us, because obviously I want to give him the same PA every day, and I find it much easier to do that. And yeah, I guess the 10-inch is part of that, is part of the reason behind that.
And the way that Mark sets the subs up in like the array with the rear facing stuff, you know, if we do half an arena and we get in the kick drum like 3 times, because it comes to me, goes to the back, goes all the way down, then comes back again, we can cancel the one that comes back just by doing a little bit of adjusting. And it cleans it up for them on stage. It's just fantastic, you know, and it means no one sat in front of 8 subs in a block where it sounds terrible, you know. So it's still punchy down the front, but because they're down in a line, then all our fills on the stage, you've got your own little sound world there. So it's, you know, it's comfortable, powerful, but it's comfortable. And then as you walk away, then the system kicks in. So everything works really good, because we try and make it as good as we can for everybody in the room. Some people get stuck in a rut of having to use the PA of the day. You know, I won't name what they are, but which I've used. It's fantastic stuff. But there's something about this that's just got, you can put it in tiny rooms and it's brilliant, and you can put it in great big rooms and it's you're mixing on the same rig. You just put more in and it does more. That's it. very simple. That's what I like. I'm still using the same basically the same settings. That after about 4 gigs, it was just starting to settle in nice. So that was about it really. And it's just the same every night. And we just adjust it now for the room, and that's it. No, I haven't had to do anything drastic, apart from I'm using a lot less EQ out front, like a graphic or parametrics. It's a lot less, which means it's just, you know, they've got the boxes right. You just adjust it slightly for the room. Most of the other settings are all the same, you know, and I've got my processing on the desk, which is now living nice, you know. I don't have to try new things out. I'm just happy with the way it works now, you know. It's good. That took about 4 days to get settled with it, which is, again, very good. Some systems, you're looking at 2 weeks before you start really finding out why that's doing that, why that's doing that.
And yeah, it's very effective, I think.
Now I just feel confident, very confident. You never think, oh, what's it going to be like when the people come in? It's going to be very similar, no matter where you put it. You know, last night we were in a very small round room like this, and it's not nice mixing in there. And this did it the best I've ever been in there with any system.
So yeah, it's been a learning curve, but Outline have been brilliant. They've given us a lot of support at the shows. They've come out several times and we've discussed what I've discovered, and they've taken that feedback to help improve the product.
We got some nice comments of people walking out, you know, after the show, just saying, oh, great sound. You're like, oh, thanks. Even though I might not have had the best time myself, as in, you know, audio-wise, it could be better for myself, but the system just nailed it, you know. Just perfect. That's it, perfect.
How I wish you were here.